We got to get to the breaking news we told you about out of Westfield. Rich Nye on the scene, and he's speaking with officials right now. Let's listen in.
This time, certain individuals in the area were detained strictly out of abundance of caution. There were a lot of people on scene when we showed up, and it was necessary to detain a few people until we worked some things out.
How this lockdown was implemented and then what police did to respond to clear the building.
I'll let the school speak on their lockdown procedures. However, our response, again, we're going to take every situation like this as a serious threat and as an active threat until we deem otherwise.
Did you have to go like route classroom to classroom to clear each thing, or how did that sort of
Yes, we have systematic ways that we clear buildings like this that we train for every day.
So was the entire building cleared today after the lockdown?
The building has had an initial search and deemed safe.
And how did your students and staff respond today? What were they doing during the lockdown?
So it was just at the tail end. Our lunch had been completed. We're in a period called core. So students have freedom to move around that time, get help or assistance or meet with clubs. And so as the call came in, we have a resource officer on site. He immediately responded from the receptionist. Actually was able to record the call, and then we, when the threat happened, we went on lockdown. We have a protocol internally that we communicate with all our staff, and then we get kids into secure locations.
We saw photos sent to us of students were actually barricaded in some rooms.
That is correct. Because we didn't know the depth of the threat. Right, so we use, out of an abundance of caution, we use the proper training. We use ALICE protocol, and so we follow that protocol.
This would appear then to be, unfortunately, a prank, but fortunately, everyone's safe. But how serious is a call like this, a threat like this?
All calls like this are extremely serious. Whether it's a real incident, obviously that's serious. If it's not, and it does turn out to be a threat or a prank, which we don't know at this time, we're fairly confident at this time there's no current threat and everybody's safe. However, if it is a prank, just as serious. You can look around the resources and the response of an incident like this takes away from the other citizens and resources we have to protect our community. So if it is deemed a prank or some type of joke, we will deal with that just as equally.
What's the message to someone who would do this kind of thing?
I think the message would be to seriously think about what you did today. And the lives that you've affected, the parents that get some of these initial text messages and pictures going around, that they know they have a kid here, and as a parent, that's a very hard thing to stomach until you have an answer. So just the sheer fear that you've incited today should probably be thought about.
Mr. Superintendent, I wonder if I can ask.
Again, that is the Assistant Police Chief with Westfield Police, also the Superintendent of Westfield Washington Schools, commenting after a lockdown today here at Westfield High School. Again, there was a threat called into the school, unverified, but a threat called into the school at the administration line, and that prompted a lockdown. The threat was someone threatening to shoot people at the high school. That sent this school into a lockdown. And again, that lockdown went on for about an hour, we were told by one senior student that we talked to. Students barricaded in their classrooms in many cases. Westfield Police and other law enforcement agencies went room to room and were able to clear this facility, and no evidence of anything nefarious was located or found. Again, no injuries and no shots fired here at Westfield High School this afternoon. All students safe at this time, but at this point it appears someone may have called in what you would call a prank, but at this point the good news is everyone is safe.
Absolutely. Yeah, Rich, thank you.
All right, that is Rich Nye reporting, just hearing from officials there, the assistant police chief as well as the school superintendent up in Westfield, as they had a lockdown as someone called in a threat. It appears as though the threat was not real.
And they also talked about what students did. They immediately went into lockdown mode, not being able to leave the classroom that they're in. We saw the pictures of them barricading the doors, which is all part of what
training.
Students drill for, sadly, today. But as we've seen in the past, something that obviously they need to be prepared for. And interesting to note, the phone call was recorded, and now police certainly investigating to find out who made that call.
Yeah.